So here are some random thoughts about Tai Chi as I sit on my friend Bill's deck and scan the hills and solar panels in his backyard. So sometimes people kind of dismiss or put down the sort of health benefits of Tai Chi, or the things that don't look like they're very martial. They'll say, that's a waste of time, that won't help you in a fight. But I'm going to assume that none of us would like to fight when we're ill or injured or distracted, right? So anything we can do that supports health, avoidance of injury, clarity and focus of mind would in turn be supportive of maximizing whatever martial arts skills we may have. A relatively healthy body with no major injuries and an undistracted and focused mind are good things to have in a fight, right? So, maybe don't be so quick to dismiss some of that stuff that looks like it's not very martial. Your muscles were born to deal with gravity. That's what they want. So I say give it to them. Feed them gravity. Build strength. The ability to absorb and release force. Don't sit around all day long. Don't just be a sedentary person. Move. Give your body what it wants. Give your muscles what they were born to receive, which is gravity. And I'm not so much about improving skills as a priority as I am to attending to a process and helping others attend to a process like a gardener would. A process that's different for each person. Skills that emerge from a process to me are different from skills that just come from force or will. The process of untying the knots in the body that are untieable, not all of them are, without tying any new ones, in other words, without injury. That's the process I'm interested in. The process of developing a Tai Chi body and a process of living an unforced life and finding unforced balance. The forms and training games, of course, facilitate the process. Skills may come, health and agility and balance too, but as a side effect of the process. To me, this process is not a dogma or a curriculum. That's all kind of style stuff. The curriculum is trumped by the process, which is the order and the location of those knots. The untying process is not standard. It's very personal. Within general patterns, there are huge amounts of personal variation. Ignoring them equals injury. Pushing for skills too hard equals injury. So attending to the process is what I'm really, really after. One aspect of that is what I call bringing strength into motion and motion into strength. So as I increase strength, I want to maintain softness and bring that strength into fluid, relaxed motion. And I want to bring looseness, flexibility, and movement into the act of building strength. So to be holistic and movement-oriented while building strength, and to be strong and inclusive of strength while I'm moving, taking my strength into motion and bringing motion into my strength. That's something that is important to me. I think that improving posture, that is, arranging the body in a way that works with gravity and lets each part of the body do what it does best, only when necessary, with the goal of a maximum amount of efficiency and a minimum amount of energy expenditure and a minimum risk of injury, that will improve your life immeasurably if you practice it over time, consistently. You'll be forced to face where you are overly tense and why, where you are overly soft and why. Because too soft and too hard are what bad posture is made of. So attending to posture and movement efficiency can be a really great goal for self-exploration. They can teach you amazing things about yourself over time. But you have to be consistently attending to it. because there are subtle variations and subtle improvements in posture that can only come with time and with sometimes one thing has to let go before another will let go, or one thing has to develop a certain amount of strength before another part can let go. And there are many subtle variations to posture, and I'll tell you, whatever your work in life is, whatever it is, bad posture will make it worse, and it'll make it harder. The tension, relaxation, balance in our bodies determines what our bodies are doing 24/7 from birth. All power comes from the tension, relaxation, relationship. So studying it is a good thing to do. Balancing the hard and soft and responding to change as you maintain balance under stress. That's what Tai Chi is about for me. Very, very important. I also see Tai Chi as the art of studying my own well-being. Since everything is in motion and constantly changing, and all forms are temporary, well-being or being well involves balancing within and adapting to the constant flow of change, which is existence. Wherever I'm losing my balance or not adapting to change, I will not feel good. I will not feel right. My well-being will be threatened. If I'm sensitive to my well-being and I listen to it regularly and with respect, I will notice this. So Tai Chi for me is about developing this sensitivity and awareness of my own well-being. The sooner I notice something is off, the sooner I can correct for it, or at least I can attempt to. Tai Chi is also about developing tools to help make those corrections, how, when, and where to make those corrections. So Tai Chi can be about cultivating a sense of balanced, alert, responsive awareness so that my perception of where my health or body is out of balance in any way can be more easily noticed and corrected for. You know, it doesn't really matter what the original purpose of Tai Chi was. Otherwise, the only paintings that would be considered art would be cave paintings. The principles of the art, the key one being unforced balance, moving in a way that's self-protective, natural, and healthy with the hard and soft aspects of the body in balance. You can express this in many, many different and many, many valid ways. There's no correct way or arena to apply Tai Chi principles. Only within styles and closed groups can we talk about correct, and it would be correct for that style or that group. A movement like brush, knee, and push can be done like a dance. It can be done in a more structured martial movement kind of way. You can do it in a way that's good for balance, or more and more martially, more and more focus on issuing, more and more focused on power. It can be done slowly and linked with breath as a kind of a meditation. It can be done with or without martial intent. The movements can be expressed like in a very compact way or a very expansive way, in a precise kind of competition type of way, like if you're competing for a tournament, or it can be done with an emphasis on street fighting or in a fighting in a ring of some kind, or it can be done in a senior center or the YMCA or the park. There's so many different ways to express these principles, so many different things you can focus on while you're doing it. And whatever way you happen to be doing it, why can't that just be your way? The way that you choose to express them, or the way that you're practicing them right now. Why does it have to be the way, or the correct way? People are constantly arguing about the correct application for a movement, or what the purpose of Tai Chi is, or I don't know. It seems to me like it's more productive just to say, this is the way I do it. This is what I'm working on. What are you working on? You know, there's this old New Age cliche, which is, I think, true, that you can be right or you can be intimate. If I want to be intimate with you, I want to learn about you, I can't tell you what's true. I can't tell you that what you're doing is wrong. I might be right, but I don't get to know you. I'd rather say, well, here's what I think, and here's the way I do it, and here's why. How do you do it? And then we get to know each other. Because, you know, so many of the things that we argue about, there really isn't a verifiable right or wrong answer to anyway. So why be dogmatic about? Why not about it? Why not just share what we're doing is what we're doing? Is it's an experiment. This is what I'm experimenting with. This is what I'm practicing. This is what I'm doing. What are you doing? And this way we kind of get to know each other. I think so much trouble in the world is just focused on trying to prove that you're right about something without listening, without being open to, without hearing the other person, just reinforcing and just saying again thoughts that you've ironed out for yourself years and years ago. I got nothing against opinions. Lord knows I got a million of them. But if I can remember to express them as my opinions and not as the truth, I just feel much better inside myself, and I feel like I can get to know people and learn about people. I can just have a better life. You'll hear me say in my videos all the time, at least the way I do it, or this is the way I do it, or for me, this is important. These are my priorities. When I hear someone say that something is good, I always ask, good for who? Good for who? And for what? People have different training goals, To tell someone else what they're doing is a waste of time because it would be for you. If you did it, it might be a waste of time. It's not a waste of time for them. They can do it any way they want to. Why not ask them why they do it that way and what they get out of it? I can't tell you how many times someone on Facebook has told me or told someone else that what I'm doing is a waste of time. Because they think it's a waste of time if they were doing it. So maybe we could get to know each other a little better if we actually listen and treat what we're doing as an experiment, open to change, open to new information. We might all learn a little bit from each other instead of just speechifying, dogmatizing, and telling each other what's what. So I hope that wasn't too dogmatic. What the hell? I guess we all do it, even me. So you take care. GeneBurnett.com. Signing off.